in Daniel chapter 7, God gives Daniel some more information about this time. In Daniel chapter 7 and verse 15, we read this: I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit within my body, and the visions of my head troubled me. I came near to one of those who stood by and asked him the truth of all of this. So he told me and made known to me the interpretation of these things. Those great beasts which are four kings which arise out of the earth. But the saints of the Most High shall receive the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. So ultimately God is going to reign, and it's going to be an everlasting kingdom, he's saying. Verse 19, then I wished to know the truth about the fourth beast, which was different from all the others, exceedingly dreadful, with its teeth of iron and its nails of bronze, which devoured and broke in pieces and trampled the residue with its feet. And the 10 horns that were on its head, and the other horn which came up before three fell, namely that horn which had eyes and a mouth which spoke pompous words, whose appearance was greater than his fellows. I was watching, and the same horn was making war against the saints and prevailing against them until the Ancient of Days came, and a judgment was made in favor of the saints of the Most High, and the time came for the saints to possess the kingdom. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be a fourth kingdom on the earth, which shall be different from all the other kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, trample it and break it in pieces. The 10 horns are 10 kings, who shall arise from this kingdom, and another shall rise after them. He shall be different from the first ones, and shall subdue 3 kings. He shall speak pompous words against the Most High. He shall persecute the saints of the Most High, and shall intend to change times and law. Then the saints shall be given into his hand for a time, times, and half a time. And this is a phrase referring to the Great Tribulation period throughout the Bible. Time, times, and half a time is used in Revelation 12. It's used in other places in the scriptures to describe the time of the Great Tribulation, the last 3.5 years of the tribulation period. Time is a year, times is 2 years, half a time is half a year. It's 3.5 years. So we know this is speaking of the last kingdom, the Antichrist kingdom. He says in verse 26, but the court shall be seated, and they shall take away his dominion, speaking of the Antichrist, or the little horn with the big mouth, shall take away his dominion to consume and destroy it forever. Then the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdoms under the whole heaven shall be given to the people, the saints of the Most High. His kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. This is the account, or the end of the account. As for me, Daniel, my thoughts greatly troubled me, and my countenance changed. But I kept the matter in my heart. God showed him the Antichrist. God showed Daniel the reign of the revived Roman Empire over the whole world. God also showed Daniel the terrors that he is going to bring against the tribulation saints during that time of the tribulation period. And God also showed Daniel the coming of Jesus Christ that is going to conquer this one and is going to rule the world forever. He says his kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. This is speaking of Jesus, who's going to return. Part of the gospel message is that Jesus is coming back. There aren't very many churches teaching about Jesus coming back today. It's pretty amazing to me. I mean, it's been over 2,000 years since Jesus was here. He was born, he died, almost 2,000 years ago on the cross, and he was raised again on the third day. After 40 days, he ascended into heaven, and he said, I'm coming back again. And so the gospel message includes that Jesus Christ is going to return to set up his kingdom and rule forever and ever. And so we should be looking for the return of Jesus Christ. And we as a church, I know we are looking for the return of Jesus Christ, and we need to make sure all of the church and all the churches are aware that we are living in these very, very last days prophetically on the prophetic clock. We're right there at the end of this age, I truly believe.